No complicated routines, no heavy layers, just fresh, flawless makeup. It is no surprise that the no makeup trend is everywhere. It has been everywhere for a while. But can this brand really make it that achievable and that easy? Sweed Beauty. You've probably heard the name thanks to their iconic supernatural false lashes. But this brand has evolved into so much more than just that. Founded by Swedish makeup artist Gabriella Elio, Sweed is all about enhancing your natural beauty without the fuss. Gabriella's beauty philosophy is to look like yourself after a 2-week holiday, glowing skin, lush lashes, and a rested and happy face that is full of life. And I gotta tell you, that's the energy behind everything that Sweed Beauty creates. But does it actually deliver that fresh, put together look with minimal effort in real life? Let's dive in and see if this brand lives up to that hype. This video is not sponsored and no filters or skin softening of any kind have been used. Let's go. So the first product we're gonna try out is the Sweed Glass Skin Foundation. This is said to have a medium buildable coverage with a glass skin effect, so it leaves the skin radiant and luminous. If I'm being honest with you guys, as I always am, I would say this is much more of a sheer coverage foundation than it is a medium coverage foundation. It goes on very much like a tinted serum. You can see that I have a little breakout here and it didn't cover it. But with that being said, it is very, very nice. It's a great day-to-day foundation for sure. Also, just so you guys know, it comes in 15 shades. So it suits a variety of skin tones. 15 shades is pretty good when it comes to a brand new brand launching foundation. Foundation is a beast to launch. And I know this because I am working on a makeup line. I've been working on it for the last year. I haven't really talked about it very much. Foundation requires a tremendous amount of money to launch because you need so many SKUs and there's minimum order quantities of every color. So when a new brand launches foundation, you know, they're investing like $1 million, $500,000 minimum to launch foundation. So the fact that they have 15 tones, I think, is pretty admirable because it is a smaller brand, a smaller company, right?
Difficult it can be to find the right foundation for your skin type. I mean, I have some old acne scars, pigmentation, some early wrinkles. So what I love about the Glass Skin Foundation is that it gives a beautiful coverage and it's lightweight and flexible at the same time. I mean, look at this side and look here. It's so pretty on, it's flexible, it's elastic, and at the same time it gives a lift and plump effect to the face. You can see I look way more tired here than here. Let me complete this side as well. But I would say this foundation is very suitable for women above 30 or 40. It's just perfect for mature skin, but at the same time, if you're young and have acne and oily skin, it works as well. It doesn't move, it just stays the whole day and night. And you don't even need a powder on top. It's just there.
So I really like Gabriella Elios. I really, really like her. I actually met her at the Detox Market in Toronto. She was doing a brunch with some creators and I got invited to it. And I met her, it was right when she launched this. Actually, I think I got this foundation at that lunch. She was very, very nice. She was very kind. She has that type of personality that's more like subdued. She doesn't walk into a room and is like in your face and laughing and like loud and extroverted. She's got like a very sophisticated, more kind of an introverted aura from the few minutes that I spent with her. It's not like I know her at all. I really like her. I find her sophisticated and she seems quite educated and eloquent and her products are amazing. So I don't say this to throw shade at all. I actually think she's a really admirable woman. I really do. The thing that I don't agree with in that reel is if a foundation is really great for mature skin, it's not going to be really great for acneic skin or for oily skin because those things don't go together, right? If you have acneic skin, then you likely need full coverage if you're trying to cover your acne. If you have oily skin, you need a matter formula, or else it's going to look way too shiny as the day progresses. I have oily skin, and I can tell you for a fact that this foundation is gorgeous on for a little bit, but as the day goes on, if I don't heavily set it with a very mattifying powder, the one that I use is this one. I either use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, which is specifically made for oily skin, or I'll use the Huda Beauty Baby Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, which is also amazing for oily skin, or I'll use both of them together. I'll set with this, I'll finish with this on top of this foundation, especially in the middle zones. Then it can definitely last and look beautiful, and it still won't look too heavy, believe it or not, if you have oily skin. I definitely don't agree that you don't need to set it. That is absolutely not true. If you have oily skin, you definitely need to set this. You can still wear it and get away with it, but you definitely need to set it. And in my opinion, it's just not the foundation I would reach for acneic skin or skin that needs a lot of coverage. With that said, I'm not throwing shade because I do think it's a gorgeous foundation, and it is a foundation that I've been reaching for time and time and time again. It's become one of my staple foundations. I wear it all the time. Let's move into this guy. This is the Sweed Miracle Powder. Again, I've been using this for months. I've talked about it a million times on the channel because I actually found it to be a really unique powder. So what this is, it's actually a mineral powder foundation. So you can wear this completely on its own, or you can wear it over top as a finishing powder. Now, when this goes on, it doesn't go on matte at all, but it also doesn't go on sparkly. It gives a luminous, glowy finish, a lot like the foundation. I love this powder. I love it. I think it is phenomenal for mature skin. I use it on my mature clients a lot, and it looks amazing because it's not too drying. You know how as mature women, you become really scared of powders because you're afraid they're gonna accentuate fine lines and wrinkles and all of that? This will not do that at all. It's not a drying powder. It's actually a hydrating powder. It's the opposite. It makes your skin look more hydrated with it than without it. It's crazy. It's really, really nice. Is this a setting powder that's gonna make your makeup bulletproof? No. Is this a powder that's going to control shine throughout the day? No. But this powder will make you look beautiful and healthy in a very quick and easy way. So this is what my skin looks like with the Glass Skin Foundation and the Miracle Powder combined. All right, let's move on to blush. So these are the Sweed Air Blush Cream Blushes. I have two colors. I have the color Fancy Face and I have the color Lucky. This one is a little deeper. Fancy Face is a little deeper. Lucky is a little brighter and a little poppier. The thing that I like the most about this blush is its innovative cloud-like texture. So what the hell does that even mean? Basically, it feels like a cream, but then it almost transforms upon contact with the skin when you're blending into a powdery satin finish. So it's not wet and sticky. For example, like the Tower 28 blushes. Those blushes are gorgeous, but they're dewy and they're wet and they're sticky. This one gives cream blush vibes, but then dries down a little bit more satin, which can be a lot more forgiving for different skin types. So I really like this. I think this is very nice, and I think it's smart that she created a Glass Skin Foundation that's more dewy with a blush that still looks healthy and glowy. It's still kind of cream based, but it dries down a little bit less dewy, or else it would be a lot of dew upon dew upon dew.
So I use the Lucky blush as an eyeshadow here in the crease to lift it up a bit. I used it on my cheeks as a blush, and I'm wearing it on my lips now, which I love because it gives...
I often wear blush on my crease. It's a really good way to make the face look totally balanced and to bring harmony to the entire look is to drag your blush into the crease area. Oh, and she uses it on the lips too, which is interesting.
Such a good balance to the face, and it really makes it look more awake. And the sound of this product is the best.
Okay, I don't like it on my lips just because I just find it too light. It washes me out, but I could see it working for other skin tones. Now, I can already tell because I didn't set this foundation and because I have oily skin that it's starting to crease on my eyelids quite a bit. That's totally normal. It's because I didn't set it. I set it with this powder, but that's what I'm saying. This powder is not a setting powder. It really is like a luminizing finishing powder. There are so many different types of powders. I did a whole playlist on powders because I feel like people don't understand them. You kind of need the right powder for the right thing. This isn't a setting powder at all. That's why I am creasing. So I do need to control the creasing with a setting powder. I know I want to do a full face of this brand only, but I am going to go in with my Huda Beauty powder and a powder puff, or else I'm going to end up with really bad creasing, and nobody wants that. And who knows, maybe when the brand has developed a little bit more, she'll eventually come out with a matte powder as well for this exact reason. One thing that I do have to give her is that every product in her line is exceptional quality. I know some of the products are pricey, but they are really phenomenal quality. Even the brush, okay, she's not even a brand of brushes, right? She doesn't have a brush line, but even the brush is amazing. I find the design of the products, the color, the magnetic closures, you know, the way they feel, the packaging, every part of it, the quality is 10 out of 10. So kudos to whoever is designing the branding of this, because that is not easy and it is so well branded. Let's move into lips. So the lip liner that I have from them is in the color Cindy. And Cindy was actually inspired by the 90s supermodel era. Okay, in the 90s, a lot of the supermodels wore kind of that effortless, warm nude shade to contour and frame their lips. And that's what Gabriella was inspired by. She actually told me that at that lunch. She's like, you've got to use Cindy. Cindy is the supermodel color. You'll love it. So that's the one I have. It's a really nice lip contour shade. It almost looks like, like a contour. You know how we contour around our mouth sometimes? That's what it looks like, but in an eyeliner. Very, very creamy. We have our little blendy applicator, which I personally love. Really nice. Let's see what other colors we have in this, because you know, I don't have enough makeup. Okay, look, so we have Barely There. We have a classic red. Oh, they have a classic red. That's nice. Dream Bigger, Cindy, Lulu, Missy, and Chloe. You can see them all swatched here. In that reel that we just watched, she was using the lip liner Lulu and then the lipstick Nude Pink. I'm gonna show you that in a sec. Okay, let's move into our lip product. So this one is called Le Lipstick, and the color that I have is a Nude Pink. Now, I have insider information on how she developed this because she told me at that lunch. So what she said was that when she was thinking of developing a lipstick product, she kept thinking about the product that she reaches for the most in her bag. Is it a gloss? Is it a stain? Is it a cream-based lipstick? Is it a matte lipstick? Is it a satin? You know, all of those things. And she said that time and time again, she always found herself reaching for her crayons, like her chubby stick crayons, because they were so easy to put on. You didn't even need a mirror. You could throw them on really quickly. They're easy to pop and throw in your bag. And that's how she came out with this concept for her first lipstick launch. So this is a buttery, balmy formula with buildable color that allows for customizable coverage from subtle to a more pronounced color payoff. It's moisturizing and nourishing, and it comes in several universally flattering shades. I love this. This is a great neutral. This combination of Cindy with Nude Pink is it's a beautiful combination, wouldn't you say? It's the perfect level of being defined without being too much. You know, it's like a nice nude toned down color, but it's not washed out. That's a great day-to-day lipstick. Love, love, love that. Okay, let's move on to eyes, everyone's favorite section. So they don't have any eyeshadows yet, okay? I say yet, I don't know if they're launching eyeshadows, but they don't have any right now. They do have two types of eyeliners though. Eyeliners are my favorite makeup thing. I could live without eyeshadows, truthfully. I could probably never wear eyeshadow ever again for the rest of my life and I'd be fine. But I cannot live without eyeliner. I love eyeliner. I do so many different looks with liner. I am like an eyeliner connoisseur. I know everything about eyeliner. Sweed has two types of eyeliners. So they have this one, which is called the Satin Kohl liner. It's just a liner without an applicator. So we have Bright, which is actually supposed to be used on the inner waterline to make your eyes look bigger. But they also have black and brown. And Gabriella on her social media, she shows how to use these a lot. I think these are her main eye look things that she uses on herself. I see her wearing this combination in all of her reels. What I would assume is this combination because it always looks sort of similar to this. So I will show you, and then what we're gonna do is we are going to recreate the look that she often creates on herself, all right? And then I'll tell you about the second eyeliner that she has in her collection. So you can see here, she curled her lashes. I already did that off camera, so we're good. And then she lines with the Bright in the waterline. Now, I personally, for whatever reason, have never liked how this has looked on me. I do think it works really well on certain people, but for me, for whatever reason, I always find it looks a little harsh. That's okay, we're going with it. We're trying something new. And then after that, she then takes the brown. She starts by applying the liner from underneath and gives herself a wing. Do you see that? And then she ties the wing together at the top, and then she tight lines the lashes. So it ends up like that. Let's do the other side while we watch some other reels.
I finally found the perfect brightening inner rim liner. This is so beautiful because the formula is super soft and creamy, and it's beigey, not too white. It has slightly a peachy undertone, which brightens the eyes. Look at this. Here's the shade. It's from a company called Sweed Beauty.
I don't know what this woman's talking about with peachy. There is nothing peach about that liner. It's pink. Now, when it comes to these two, I'm gonna be honest, I just find them okay, right? I don't know. I'm not excited by them. So these two I could live without for sure, but the quality is still really good. And it does do what it's intended to do, but it doesn't wow me. And with that said, let's move into the second liner. Now this is the Satin liner. So this is Satin Kohl, this is Satin. The actual quality and how creamy these are make them gorgeous in my opinion, and they have some really interesting colors. They have this color, Euphoria Silver. That's a sparkling silver pearl with high metallic shine. That is such a fun color for a party. And then they have Margot Bordeaux. This is a deep Bordeaux brown, and this is good for giving a smoky effect. I got it in PR and I've never worn it because it's so red based. I was worried that it would make my eyes look tired, but let's try it today to see. And then there's also Golden Beetle. This is a bronzy tone, which is absolutely beautiful. Let's do one eye with Golden Beetle, one eye with the Bordeaux. And then they have the Mink Grise, I think that's how you say that. And that's a taupe shade. And that's really nice for very soft, smoky eyes. If you're gonna get the mink one, the taupey color, you definitely wanna be a light to light medium skin tone. Medium skin and deeper doesn't suit taupe. It's too light for that skin saturation. But if you have lighter skin, I think it could be a great, very soft option. And it's very unique. I haven't seen that color in any other line. All right, so let's start with Bordeaux. Let's try this out here. I'm gonna go right on top. Let's do the other eye with Golden Beetle. Let's move into mascara. This brand has two formulas of mascara. One that I've used before. I used it all the way through. I loved it. The Pro Lash Lift Mascara. The best part of this mascara is the wand. The wand is so unique. It's like a teeny tiny little wand that has these little combs. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, and the formula really does lead to like a beautiful lift. But they also have their Cloud Mascara, which everyone talks about. This has a plastic wand that has bristles all the way around it. So let's start with the new one. Let's start with the Cloud Mascara. Okay, watch this reel because I was like, what? When I saw this, watch this reel.
I cannot recommend this one enough. Sweed. It's a new brand to me, but I am absolutely loving it. The volume it gives, the lengthening, no flaking, absolutely amazing. So let me show you the before and after. Wow, how much difference does that make? Absolutely love this mascara. Just amazing.
First of all, who is that woman? I love her, but also that before and after was phenomenal. Holy smokes. My lashes suck. My lashes have always sucked. I've never had much lash at all, and they're very straight. No mascara has ever really impressed me, if I'm being completely honest. They're always just fine, you know. The Jones Road one is really good in volumizing, but it's a little bit chunky, like it's too chunky. Holy smokes, this is an amazing mascara. Wow, this is the best mascara I've ever used. I said it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that influencer was embellishing, as influencers do, but this is actually the best mascara I've ever used in my life. Holy smokes, is that a phenomenal mascara. And it makes me love the Bordeaux eyeliner. I'm so blown away by the mascara, I've lost the ability to speak. Now I'm being the dramatic influencer. I don't even want to use the other one now, although the other one's good too, so I'll just use it to show you. So the nice thing about this is if you have super tiny lashes, sparse lashes, you know, short lashes, and you can't get them with a normal wand. This one, because you can really go right into the base, you can get every single lash. That's why I initially loved it, because my lashes aren't long. I mean, they look so long here. It's like I'm lying, but for real, I've never had nice lashes. I really fell in love with this mascara because I was like, wow, I can get every single little tiny lash. But if I'm being real now, in comparison to the Cloud mascara, this is definitely not nearly as good. So this is the side with the lash lift. This is the side with the Cloud. I'm gonna do the Cloud on the other one. It's not that lash lift isn't good. I wore a lash lift for forever. I wore it all the way until it was done. But Cloud mascara, I cannot even with this mascara. It is insanely good. All right, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? Okay, now here are the things that I'm noticing. I am way too shiny, okay? Oily skin, it's just the oily skin. I don't think the Glass Skin Foundation is good for oily skin unless you set it very well. And I need concealer, and I don't blame Gabriella for that. She probably just hasn't had the chance to make concealers yet, and I bet you she will. So I'm actually incredibly shocked that I prefer the Bordeaux side to the golden side. I can't believe it. So maybe what I will do is just put the Bordeaux on top of the golden so that I don't look crazy all day. But while I do that, I have to tell you something else. Sweed is also really well known for their eyelash growth serum and their eyebrow growth serum. And it's free from an ingredient called prostaglandin analogs. I have both of these and I've used them for a very long time, okay? I have feelings. But first, while I fix this, I want you to watch this reel.
Amazing before and after photos you see on our social media that customers have got from using our eyelash growth serum. I just want to say thank you to all our customers that are taking photos of their lashes to document the before and after results. I mean, how incredible is this? You don't only get fuller lashes, they also become longer, fuller, and you get a beautiful lift effect. So the ingredients that really makes the lashes grow and become fuller are peptides, pumpkin seed oil, keratin, hyaluronic acid, and all these nourishing things extend the growth phase of each lash. And make sure to make a safe choice. I would say 99% of the lash serums on the market contains prostaglandin analogs, but the Sweed serum is free from it. So you can use it even if you're pregnant or breastfeeding.
Okay, so she is really against prostaglandin analogs, and for good reason. There has been some connections to it leading to orbital fat loss, which is a big issue, and even changing your eye color, staining your eyelid. I've used Latisse. I've used a lot of lash growth serums that work amazingly well, but you definitely do get irritation. I have brown eyes, so obviously my eyes didn't change color, but I can see why it's so problematic, why people are really stepping away from using it. So it's kind of cool that she created something to give you that long lash look, but without those ingredients that can be harmful. So I have some thoughts. First, I need a little bit of concealer. Okay, so the concealer that I wear all the time is the Lancome one. Angie Hot and Flashy taught me about this concealer. Angie's my friend. It's her favorite concealer, and I really, really do like it. I like this one and the House Labs one, but I find that I reach for this one more than the House Labs, believe it or not. Let's just softly blend that out. Under eye circles with fine lines is such a struggle for so many of you guys, and definitely for me. And I have been testing and trying out so many different things to try to perfect that area as best as I can without it looking cakey or dry or wrinkly. And I have found a powder that I think you guys are gonna like. The Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for Under the Eyes, specifically made as an under eye powder. It is extremely finely milled, and I do find that this sets your under eyes beautifully. It creates a bit of a brightening effect, you see that? And it does so without over drying and with crease prevention still. Wow, I really like that. Okay, the next thing that I would do if I wanted this to look amazing is I would take my Huda Beauty powder, the color that I often use is banana bread, and I just press in the areas where I think the shine is unflattering. Like in my opinion, this much shine in my nostril is unflattering. So I just go in and I press. I keep the shine on the tip of the nose and even the bridge of the nose. I think that's very nice, but I don't like having too much shine here. If I want more coverage, a product that I have fallen in love with very recently as well is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder. This goes on so beautifully with a powder puff. I just grab that and then I stipple in all of those areas that are, again, just too shiny for me. This isn't really the Sweed vibe because their look is just such a natural skin look, you know, with that glowy luminosity to it. But I'm telling you guys, with my skin type, if you have oily skin, it's gonna be just way too much shine. Now, if you're like me and you can't get away with luminosity, you need to powder, but then you don't want like a powdered finish, then you can go in with a setting spray, and the setting spray is gonna melt the powder into the skin and it's gonna kind of bring it back to life. So this is Urban Decay All Nighter. So you can see that I'm really mattified now because of the powder products that I applied. As soon as you do that, you bring luminosity back, but it's not greasy, you know? This is gonna allow your makeup to last a lot longer, but it's also gonna melt the powder in. It's great. So here is my finished result. Honestly, guys, I really like it. I like it shockingly more than I expected. Not that I thought Sweed wasn't a great product line. I always knew the quality was top notch. The branding was phenomenal. Everything about it, the colors are super flattering, but for whatever reason, I think because I'm a makeup artist, it felt like too simple for me. It didn't speak to me, but I've been finding lately in life, I just want something that just looks pretty without being too much, and I want it fast. And this, I feel like, made me look extremely put together and polished very, very quickly. Back to the Lash Growth Serum. So I used the Lash Growth Serum on myself for maybe 2 months, I would say, every single day before bed. Okay, and if I am being 100% honest, I didn't notice much of a difference. Something else that I did try is the brow serum. Now the difference between this is this has a nice hard little brush and you can fill in areas where you're missing hair on the brows. This has a floppy brush. Now, when I initially got this one, I read that you could use it on the brows, and you still can, but then like, what is the point of this? So I did a little bit of digging and I went on the website and realized that the ingredient deck of this and the ingredient deck of this Lash Brow is exactly the same. There's no difference at all, which leads me to believe that this is like a marketing ploy. I find people want products for the things they want it for. They don't like using a product in multiple ways. They just like black and white answers. This does that, this does that. That's my experience in the beauty world. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. So that means if you have sparse brows, you're gonna buy a brow serum. If you have sparse lashes, you're gonna buy a lash serum. You're not gonna buy a lash serum hoping that it will work for the brows. But since this works for the brows and the lashes, according to the brand, maybe they just put it in different bottles and they put different applicators. This applicator is harder for the brows. This applicator is softer for the lashes. If that's the case, that's fine. I mean, that's fine. It's no big deal. That's very smart marketing. Something else maybe that could be happening is that the ratio of ingredients is different. So maybe the brow serum has a little more of this, a little less of that, because I can't tell how much is put in by the ingredient deck. I can only tell the ingredients that are put in. But the ingredients to these are exactly the same. So unless we can get an answer from Sweed Beauty, maybe we should ask them. If I were the consumer, I'd probably just buy the eyelash growth serum and use it in both places. You know, are they the same price? Let's check. Brow serum in Canadian dollars is $81 for 3 mils. And the eyelash growth serum is $81 for 3 mils. Or $117 for 5 mils. Whereas you can't get the brow serum in 5 mils. Yes, so what I would do in this case is get the 5 mils, not the 3 mils, in the lash serum and use it on the brows. That's a little secret thing that I found on the website there. But again, I could be wrong. There could be some formulation differences, but to be honest, I doubt it. If you've made it this far, you need to leave me a silly emoji in the comment section below. Which emoji should we do today? Let's do a butterfly emoji. Let's do a butterfly emoji because spring is almost here in Canada and I have been drowning in a mountain of snow and I need something to look forward to. And then the less committed people can look at all the butterfly emojis in the comment section below and wonder why the hell there are so many butterfly emojis in the comments. This video's over.